Hi guys and welcome to Yocto Gaming Plays Football Manager 2022. We are on the road to greatness with Dulwich Hamlet and we currently sit 10th in the Sky Bet League 2. Now we last left the Let's Play where we had played one game in League 2 against Wickham, and I think there was some money at the bottom, and so I've sort of played through a bit and we are currently just above sort of mid-table, and I think I'm happy with it. We're only 1 point off, 2 points off the playoffs, and if I'm being really sort of ambitious, 8 points off top spot. Even if we finish third, we can get automatic promotion. We're only 5 points. 5 points off automatic promotion. And considering we're a team that's come up from League 2, I think we have done really well. My aim for this season is to actually finish inside the playoffs and hopefully get promoted, but if not, I want to at least be in the top half. The worst, as is probably obvious, I do not want to get relegated. Now, since our last video, I've managed to sign a few more players on loan. Ryan Dunleavy, we managed to get from Tottenham for free. I'm not paying him anything a week. Tottenham Hotspur are my senior affiliate club, and I think he's probably going to be my signing of the season. He's come in after 7 games and has an average rating of 7.44. He's tall, he can defend, he marks opponents tightly, and I do think he'll be key to my team. So I think he's probably my signing of the summer. I'm just managed to get Alan Boskin from on loan from Everton, again on a free. And I think he's pushed out Mark Hart from the central midfield position. 7 appearances, 3 goals. He really is still trying to make that position his own, but I think he's also going to be another key player, and the fact that we're not paying him anything is a bonus. And he wants to explore his options at the end of the contract, so if I'm lucky I might even get him on a free. Does his contract end in the summer? Yeah, 2028. Who else did we sign? I think Christopher Blake already had, Harry Williams already had, Conradi, another player from Tottenham. He's not great, but he's free, and I thought just in case I need to bulk my own numbers, he's decent enough to be a 4th choice striker and possibly 3rd or 4th choice number 10. He's technically not gifted, but he's free, so I'm not complaining. Greg Blakeman, who we managed to get from Preston on a free. I actually had signed him before I'd signed all the Tottenham players. Well, I put the bid in before I signed the majority of the players from Tottenham, and I don't think I'll be using him much. And it's no great loss because, once again, I'm not paying him anything. The fact that I'm got 4 or 5 loans where I'm paying them nothing is phenomenal for this team, considering where our finances are and where we sit as a team as a whole. I'm just going to, so that's everybody. Just going to run through the schedule. Right, so how did it go? So we last left it after playing the Wickham game. We lost 3-1, and we started off okay. Well, we started off well. We beat Bristol Rovers, who at the time were first in League 1. I don't know where they are now. The 13th in League 1, but they're still above us in the league. And I did sort of play half and half second team, and we managed to pull off did I play a second team? Yeah, managed to pull off a 1-0 victory. Greg Balford, I think I kept in. I just didn't have that third striker I should say, to replace him, and he was the one that got the goal. We then drew our second game of League 2. It took us a while to get our first win in League 2. And in this particular game, I believe we deserved to win. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, so, I believe we deserved to win. Looking at it, I think it was pretty even. We had 5 shots on target to their 1. We created the better chances, and I do think the strikers probably let us down in that game, but I suppose looking at that, the point is what was deserved. The Carabao Cup. Right, next, Fleetwood Town. We lost 1-0, and I think at this point I was getting concerned. I genuinely thought I just probably didn't have the team to compete in this league. If you look at the game, we were all over them, and we still could have even get a point. Expected goals of 1, shots on target 6. They had 2 shots on target, 1 went in. We had 61% of the possession, and around about this point I was starting to panic. mainly because I do think Jamie Soule in number 10 wasn't doing great, and my right back had been injured. We then got hammered by the Chelsea under-23s in the Papa John's Trophy. Once again, I played the complete second team, so I wasn't too bothered about that. And this is where, in September, is where our season really began. My goalkeeper got injured, and my reserve goalkeeper was on international duty. So if you just take a look at the squad, so Big Dave was injured, and my reserve, well, I say reserve keeper, I don't intend on playing him, but he was on international duty, so we ended up having to play a regen. Well, I don't know if it's a regen, but it's a grayed out player, sort of like players that you don't have under contract. So sort of like these guys. And if I just, this is what the attributes of my player was. So when you, let's just go back to the schedule. We managed to pull it off, a 2-1 win, and ultimately I think the defence really turned up. The less shots we have against us, the less chance of scoring. If they get a shot on target, they will score. As you can see in the next few games where we conceded 2 and 3, managed to bring back my second keeper, but if you look at the opportunities, the strikers were doing their bit, the attackers and midfielders, high expected goals, but then our keeper played really poor. 6-6, I think. Yes, that's pretty much average, which wasn't good enough. And I think if I had my first team keeper, we probably would have won that. Same goes for Tranmere. Tranmere was annoying because, in fact, it was a good game. They were 3-0 up, and they had a player sent off around the 50th minute. And you can see 8 shots on target, 3 of them are goals. This is when I signed my third keeper, and he was just as bad. We nearly managed to pull it back. Got a penalty on the 63rd minute, and Belford with a nice finish on the 70th, but we couldn't do enough, and it was quite disappointing. I thought having so long. I think we did enough to get that third goal, but I suppose when you play like we did in the first half, don't deserve the point. Finally, my keeper came back, I believe. Yeah, Brad Young. Yeah, and we beat Sutton comprehensively. And this is when I think I started to play Mark Hart in the number 10 position, and Bowskin came in for Mark Hart as a centre mid. He didn't play quite well, but we won, and I decided to keep the team. Same thing happened with Carlisle, and we were really sort of getting on our way. I think in the game of, in the month of September, 5 games, we won 3, drew 1. I thought we were doing well. In fact, we were doing well. When you have my keeper out, there's not much I can ask for really from the first team when the only competent keeper at my club isn't playing. We then played Stockport, and whilst we were doing okay up until the 63rd minute, we decided to Spurs it, I should say, like my senior affiliate. Again, I think we were the better team, we created the better chances, and the possession was even, and we just couldn't get back into the game once they scored their first goal. Papa John's Trophy, once again, played the second team, and this is where I last left it, and this is a key game for me. When the game started, Burton were top, and we managed to beat them 4-1, and that's really, really difficult, especially with the team that I have compared to the team that Burton have. If you look at the game, we were absolutely all over. Alright, turns out we weren't, but we created some good chances. We created some good chances as a real team performance. Only 2 players playing less than 7, and even Dinzai came on. Oh, and McFadden came on. Or came off. He must have come off. And put in a top performance. Now, around September, I did tweak my tactic. We used to play with a fullback on defend, wing back on attack, a deep lying playmaker here, and an advanced playmaker here. I sort of switched it out because what I've decided to do is really sort of push the fullbacks up real wide and play with the 3 central midfielders, sort of controlling and sitting deep for the counter, but with these 2 players sitting deep enough to just pump balls over the top. We've also changed our mentality, and I have also, where's it gone? Decide to distribute to the centre backs. So the idea is that when we have the ball, the two full backs go as wide as possible, centre backs, and then the anchor man just sits in front, and then we keep hold of the ball, play a couple of 1-2s, and then directly over the top. It seems to be doing the job. If you look at our form, in the last 7 league games, which is effectively when I changed it, because this going horrible. We've won 4 and drawn 1. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we won 4, lost 2. Sorry, that's 6. Yeah, I can count. We won 4, lost 2, and drawn 1. And for a team that's coming up from the National League into League 2, I think we're doing a great job of it. I really do think. I have my expectations are to push for the playoffs. And with how we're playing recently, I do think we can do it. We've got a big enough squad. Our squad's fantastic. I'm really happy with this squad. Probably the first time I've ever been completely happy with it. And if I can sign a few players on the free, it'd be great. Still got a few players to come back. I think Krasniki came back from injury and he's getting better. He still needs to pick up his form. Dekel Dax recently got injured, but I do have high hopes for this league, and I'm probably being overly optimistic, but I do think we can get promoted this season. One last thing I did want to just show you is that we did sell Jack Hanna. It was currently our player in the last video, and after signing Dunleavy, I felt like I've got enough centre backs as is. And I probably could have got more for him. In hindsight, I probably could have got about 100,000 for him, but I let him go because I just wanted him off my books. So we've signed quite a lot of people on the free. Majority of these players I'm not paying for. I think Harry Williams I'm giving a wage, yeah, and Christopher Blake I'm giving a wage. It's quite expensive considering he's not playing. But outside of that, I really do think we have done pretty well. I also signed a head performance analyst to bring in as part of my coaching team, and what he now does is he can review games and set up match previews, which I think is quite important. We've never had that before, and normally when I play Football Manager, I'm at a team that can afford a performance analyst, and I always like to set up my team having a match preview before the game, a recovery session, and a match review after. And simply what this does, if I just go to the next week. So match preview, effectively the analyst impacts the tactical familiarity, increases cohesion and sharpness, and it doesn't really affect much of their intensity, which is quite good. I mean, normally I would have match tactics, match preview, and it just gets them ready for the game. And then a match review at the end of the day after, again, it increases your team cohesion, and it really helps with marking tempo width and sort of the tactics, and in a way it lets us have less tactical, the need for putting in less tactical preparation. So that's I'm glad I managed to pull in a head performance analyst. So I really got high hopes for this season and this team, and I really do think we can make it. It's 9th of October 2027, and who knows, maybe the next video you see we're well within promotion or well within the playoffs even. It's there's a lot of football to be played and a lot left to be seen. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch the full stream in which I play out the game and you can watch it live, you can catch me on my Twitch channel with the handle Yocto Gamer. That's YOCTOGAMER. The link is in the description below. You can also look at previous streams that I've recorded, in which you can just watch bits or watch it all or watch however much you want, and just really be along for the journey. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I wish to catch you next time.